One of my biggest hacks to implementing healthy habits into your routine and lifestyle is adjusting them slightly with every season. 1, they're easier to stick to. 2, it makes the seasons more fun. And 3, they can actually be a bit more effective. So here's the 12 healthy habits I've been implementing in winter that you might want to add to your routine for 2025. Number 1, a morning routine audit. Right now, you're about to be bombarded with ways to optimize your morning routine. You might even be writing out a list of things to add to your morning routine for January 2025. And don't get me wrong, I love a morning routine. I love a morning routine video. But sometimes I think we waste way too much energy in the morning doing these 12-part morning routines. And by the time we actually get to our day, we're exhausted because we've just done 8 days in one. Your morning routine should leave you feeling energized so you're ready to take on the day. It shouldn't be a full day. So instead of a 10-part routine, there's really just 2 aspects of your morning routine to make sure you have. 1, wake up and enjoy your time in the morning. 2, do things that allow you to do things later on in the day. Example, to feel a little bit more organized in your day, make a to-do list. Maybe do a cold shower if that's what keeps you energized and builds some momentum. Maybe it is workout, maybe it's a coffee, maybe it's a few moments of meditation. Regardless, do not feel the need to add 30 different productivity wellness things into your morning. A lot of the things we're fed on TikTok are from influencers, including myself. Actually, I'm just gonna expose a little bit of influencers in myself. If I film a morning routine video, normally my morning routine ends around 6 a.m. and I'm out the door, and then I guess I work out, so you can include that in it or not. When I film my morning routine, I'm out the door at 10 because you gotta film different angles, all this. Moral of the story, when you're fed these morning routines from influencers whose full job is influencing, their morning routine is their job. So that's why they do 1,000 things, because that's their job. Me, actually, as like a YouTuber, I work more of a 9 to 5 kind of thing. So if I do all these things, I have no time. And I don't want to get to the office to be exhausted. So just do the few things and make sure they allow you to feel organized and energized for your day. You don't need to do 30 different things. Habit 2, embrace winter activities and hygge. My Danes, I got you. So let me explain the Danish concept of hygge. Not hygge, hygge. With my heavy Canadian accent, I'm sorry. So I said it wrong. Hygge. Hygge. Everyone from Denmark is like,
Keltie.
I tried. At least I didn't say hygge. It means creating a warm atmosphere and enjoying good things in life with good people. It's just like coziness would be the closest thing we have in North America to it, but coziness doesn't describe it. I'm going to describe a hygge moment. You were skiing all day. You're a little chilled. You come into your home. You close the door. You turn on the fireplace. It's crackling. You make some soup on the stove. You turn on Elf. You have a fuzzy blanket. You put on your fuzzy Uggs, and you have a little robe, and you sit there eating your soup while you were cold all day, warming up. And then someone turns to you and says, "Oh, this is so hygge." But then you say, "No. You want to make it more hygge if there's a storm outside." It's that feeling of like complete coziness. You're surrounded by people, you got fuzziness, it's cold outside, but you're warm in here. It's just like the Ferrari of coziness is the only way to describe it. And I think that's the best way I've gotten through winters, instead of just like, as someone who suffers from seasonal depression, loves summer, it's like embracing that. Like, how do we make it more cozy? Like, it's comfier inside when it's stormier outside, and lean into that. So lean into the winter activities during the day. Get a little chilly in the day. Go outside, ski, walk outside, do those things, and come in, embrace pure coziness. And like, for my mental well-being, that is how I overcome seasonal depression. We used to live in Malmo, which was across the bridge from Copenhagen. So I loved learning a lot about Denmark. So there's a little thing about Copenhagen. Amazing city. If you ever get the chance to go to Copenhagen, oh my God, move aside Paris. Copenhagen, just kidding, Paris is amazing. But like, actually, I'm not going to tell anyone about Copenhagen. Let's keep, actually, just you guys. You guys can know, but don't let anyone else know. It's the best city. Habit number 3, make sure to have little moments throughout your day that help promote the feel-good hormones. And there's 4 main ones. Let's go through it. 1, endorphins. You can get this through humor, sports, working out, dancing. 2, dopamine, which you can get from learning something new, reading a book, doing a hobby. 3, serotonin. You can get this from like being present, practicing gratitude, having a nourishing meal, going for a walk, and simply sleeping. And 4th, oxytocin. This is the love chemical. You can get it from hugging someone, petting a dog, or going for a massage. And so just think about, like, I kind of sometimes like throughout my day to every once in a while reflect. And I think if you kind of have a balance of all those different things, you're just like peak. Feel good. And that might be overwhelming to be like, oh, I gotta add this and this. Just kind of maybe I reflect it as like, are you never in the moment? Maybe find some ways to have some more serotonin inducing things. Maybe life feels a little mundane. Maybe there's a way to add a bit more endorphins. Maybe you're constantly overstimulated, so maybe find a ways to add some healthier dopamine aspects. And at the end of the day, if you're feeling bad, hugging someone or petting a dog solves everything. Habit number 4, make a simplified to-do list. Once again, we're being bombarded by 1,000 things, Notion, Apple ads, everything. Sometimes just start your day with a simple to-do list and just focus on 3 things from that you have to get done. And we forever have a to-do list of 50 things, but just start there and have a to-do list and find a way to organize the to-do list. And it doesn't have to be perfect. A to-do list doesn't have to be a perfect systemized program, because sometimes I feel we waste too much time in our to-do list instead of just doing the to-do thing. So simplify your to-do list. Don't think you have to make a more complex to-do list. Next habit, in-season fruits and vegetables. I said this last time, I thought maybe I'm going to update it on some ideas of some things that are in season, typically in North America in January, that you can consider adding to your diet. One, they're just the vibe. So it's more fun to eat healthy food when it's like I always use example, eggnog tastes best in December, not July. Like you got to lean into that with healthy foods as well. But also they tend to be more likely you can get them local and fresher. So they'll be more nutrient dense, like more vitamins and minerals in it. Not to fearmonger, but it's a nice way. And it also forces you, I like it forces me to try new fruits and vegetables. So I get a wide variety of nutrients throughout the year. Some things like broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, cauliflower, celery root, fennel, grapefruit, kale, kiwi, leeks, lemons, oranges, parsnips, pomegranates, potatoes, rhubarbs, sweet potatoes, and turnips. Those are some rough ideas. Maybe that will spark some ideas for you, but actually the best thing you can do is this thing called Google. Google country or province or city or state you live in season fruits and vegetables, January 2025. Do that, because what's in season in northern Sweden is most certainly not in season in Miami, Florida. Habit number 6, do nothing. You probably saw my challenge by now about 30 days of doing nothing. Sometimes just lean into your routines. You already have those healthy habits and you've got them dialed in, and you know if you consistently doing these over time, they'll get you to your goal. Just stick with it. Don't add anything new. You're on path. And sometimes if you're doing too much in the day and you're overworked, we think we have to recover optimally and we have to have a self-care routine and skin routine and da-da-da-da-da. Sometimes just do nothing. If you're doing too much, you type A's. Phoebe. I know. I see that to-do list. Do nothing. In the evenings, it doesn't have to be perfect. You feel guilty about not journaling, it's okay. Do nothing sometimes. And I know you're gonna sit there and be like, I'm doing nothing, I'm optimally recovering. And yep, that's it. That's us. That's the type A's. Just lean into it. And type B's, you're winning this. You're winning this. Give us some tips. Type B's in the comments. Please give some tips to us type A's of like the embrace nothingness. And in my type A's, give a little tip to the type B's of how to just, get them moving a little. Don't take any of that personally. There's no real type A, type B. I think it's just the season we're in. Habit 7, heat exposure therapy. There's so much benefits. If you really want to get more into it, check out Dr. Rhonda Patrick. She has so much of it, but just it is crazy. So if you look in all these Finnish studies in Finland where sauna is part of their life, just the health benefits, longevity benefits of having some heat exposure. So if you have access to a sauna, that is amazing. Now for me, I don't always have access to a sauna, but even as simple as like having a hot shower or bath at night, it's not going to be as optimal in terms of the health benefits sauna, but I find when you get out, it forces your natural body's temperature to lower down, which helps promote sleep. So ideally, if you have access to a sauna, do that a couple times a week. I aim for 60 minutes for the week total, so like 3 sessions of 20, but regardless, I always just try to have a hot shower before bed. And also your sheets are cleaner. Habit number 8, I've got to ask you a question. Are you currently in your slow girl era or it girl era? I know that's chronically online talk, and Gen Z is laughing at me, but just hear me out. Hear me out. Lean into it. Whatever you are, if you've been it girl for the last 6 months and you're like, I'm burnt out, slow girl era. If you're in your slow girl era, time to pick up the pace. You've been in it for 6 months. You need to do some sprint training and heavy lifting. You don't have to do too much, but if you've just been doing slow girl walks and a little Pilates, it's time to lift up something heavy. Flip side, if you've been lifting too heavy, time to go on a walk. We need balance in our lives, and I think the best thing to do is lean into the season. I notice naturally January tends to be a slow girl era for me because I do a lot of my big challenges leaning up, so I'm probably exiting out of it girl into slow girl. But also I did the do nothing, so we will see. We will see. I was slow girl, it girl, slow girl. Just embrace it. Just fully do it. Fully do it. Lean into it, and then, in 3 months, reverse course. Or every month, do you. Habit number 9, get the D. Vitamin D. Except if you're in Australia, and lucky you, you're ahead of the game. But seasonal depression is real. Try and get outside. It sucks, but I'm going to remind you because it's good for us all. Get out in the morning, try and get some sunlight, even if it's cloudy, go for a walk, bundle up. There's no such thing as bad weather, just bad clothes. Check out my TikTok or Instagram. I'm documenting, reviewing some practical, cute winter clothes, because that is my mission in life, is to find cute outfits that allow you to actually do practical things in. Because I'm sick of these influencers telling me to wear Uggs in -30. They look cute, but no. It's cute for the LA girlies, but us in northern Sweden and rainy Vancouver, they become health hazards. I'm genuinely worried. When I see someone and it's pouring rain and they're in Uggs, I'm like, girl, don't walk too fast. Do not walk too fast, you're gonna fall. I'm so scared for you. Habit number 10, lean into warm, nutritious foods, aka soups. The salad of the winter. Salads, winter, cold out? No. Ugh. Salad in July. Oh, fresh, crispy. Good kale Caesar salad with some Parmesan, or like a poppy seed, maple-esque, like spinach salad in the summer. Oh, so good. But like, don't give me that in January. No. You know what though? Throw everything into a pot. Throw a bunch of vegetables, some olive oil, some broth, some cream, some kind of carb, potato, some pasta, throw that in. And it's such an easy way to like get so much fruits and vegetables. Oh, not fruits. Fruits in it. I mean, tomatoes are fruit. Hot topic. That might be the most polarizing thing on the internet, but some healthy vegetables in there. And it's like delicious. It's comforting. Have that with a little sourdough bread and butter on the side. Oh my God. Or you can be like me and sometimes you just have random things left in your fridge. Like I had some random chicken breasts, I had some tortellini, a carrot and some onions. And is that a typical chicken noodle soup? No, but I just fried the vegetables in some oil, threw in some broth, threw in the chicken, threw in some tortellini, and then like seasoned the heck out of it. And then I'm gonna have that for lunch tomorrow. Like it's just easy and cost efficient and nutritious. Obviously, it'd be better if I had a ton of other vegetables in there as well, but it's what I had in the fridge. And it's just like leaning into it makes healthy eating enjoyable. Like I think that's the best thing like I've always found is like healthy habits, eating healthy. It's not about like reaming things down your throat and being like, you have to eat more protein. It's like find the protein sources you enjoy eating and eat those. Here's one example, electrolytes. Come middle of July, I love crisp citrus electrolyte drink. But in middle of January when I'm chilly drinking that on the way to the gym, no. So what do? I swap out my cold element electrolytes for my hot element electrolytes. They got a raspberry chocolate, they got a mint chocolate, and they also have a chai. Oh my gosh, having that in some water on my way to the gym, knowing I'm getting my electrolyte, which is gonna help improve my performance, stop my crash midday, and just help replenish my body when I sweat a ton. And it's cozy, it's so nice. Like I never miss it because it's so easy. And that is one of the many reasons I love Elements. It's just the perfect vibe. And also because of its science-based ratio of 1,000 milligrams sodium, 200 milligrams potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium used by professional athletes in the NFL, NBA, NHL. And it's just the easiest healthy habit. I have it once a day, either before, during, or after my workout. In the winter, I lean fully into their hotline. It sounds crazy, but it's just like, oh my God, it's so nice. It's so delicious. You can even make like coffee drinks with it if you want to combine two habits with one, habit stacking. Or come, of course, the summertime, I lean into more like the citrus, grapefruit, and that. And I'm not going to tell you guys about Element and not have a code for you guys. If you go to drinkelement.com/Keltie, you'll get one of their sample packets with your purchase. This is a great way to try all 8 flavors or share with a salty friend. Once again, that's drinkelement.com/Keltie and try their winter chocolate flavors there for a limited time. Peak holidays. Habit number 11, have a place to do brain dumps. Always write down your ideas. Do not assume you'll remember them. You wake up in the middle of the night, you have an idea. Oh, I'll wake up in the morning. Nope, have a place to dump it. Oh, you have a thought and you're talking to someone. You're like, oh yeah, I'll remember this after a phone call. You won't. You're on a walk and you have a great idea for your next work project. I'll write it when I get, nope. Just have a simple place and a reminder somewhere to check that place. I use Notion, but I also just use Apple Notes sometimes. And I just put like a reminder of like, review your brain dump. And anytime I'm on a walk, if I'm in the shower, anytime I just have an idea, I write it down. And 90% of the time these ideas are crap, or I do remember them, but there's that 10% of those, my best video ideas, my best song ideas, best work ideas, best present ideas. And there's about 10% that are gold mine that I would have forgotten. And I look at my brain dump and I'm like, oh yes, just find somewhere. It does not have to be complicated. Apple Notes. I use Notion, or just a simple notepad. Have in your purse. Healthy habit number 12, a little less me, a little more we. Pretty proud of myself with that rhyme, I won't lie. I wrote that down, I was like, oh yeah, you did that. So the self-care, self-development, growth mindset you see online, especially in this, you're watching this healthy habits video, in this niche of the internet, it's all me. Self-care, self-improvement, self-growth, a lot of self, which is great. But I don't think the purpose of life is just to constantly indulge in your own path of self-improvement. It's good, and it's definitely a part of life. It's something I enjoy doing, you enjoy doing, and it's important to have a growth mindset and grow in things, but it should not be everything. Example, it's great to set up boundaries. You wanna make sure you're not draining your energy, but you don't wanna set up so much boundaries that like you're hurting your loved ones or you're like self-isolating a lot. You're not going out to like these great moments. Like you might have a specific diet plan, you set up these rigid boundaries so you're not going out to eat with your friends and family. Now, there's nothing wrong with incorporating in-season fruits and vegetables as part of your diet, but just because that's your thing right now, like setting up such a hard boundary that you don't go out to eat with your friends. On the flip side, yes, you have to set boundaries that, if you have absolutely no money and your friends like, come out to eat, you're like, I've got no money in my bank account. Don't do that. That's a good boundary. But I think we just need to balance selfishness in our self-care journey. Because at the end of the day, community and love is the most important thing. And personally, I feel my healthiest and best self when I'm leaning into more helping my community, fostering my relationship with Megs, my mom, my brother, my best friends. Like that is when I feel healthiest and I feel best. And I think that's a really important thing for us all to do, is just inner self-care, this healthy habits. Just make sure you're doing things to feed the important people in your life, because trust me, you will feel more full. At the end of the day, you can debate, there's no selfless act, but I'm my happiest when I know my mom's happiest, when my boyfriend's happiest, and that. And of course, you can't pour from an empty cup, but that's kind of the whole point of self-care and self-improvement and health is you are optimizing yourself so much that your cup overflows. So you have plenty more to give. And like, that's the point, because I think that giving to the people I love the most is what's the most fulfilling thing and like my purpose of life. And if you're kind of sitting there and you're like, Keltie, there's no one in my life that gives me that feeling, then there's a realization of like, this is a great time to get into your community, get involved, and like find those people. And then once you have those people, foster that relationship. And that is such an important healthy habit. And I think it's something I don't see talked about a lot in the healthy habits. It's very me, not so much we. And so make sure you foster those, but make sure to not pour from an empty cup. Do all those other things, fill your cup, overflow, help to others. And ironically, that helps you more. And it's just like, that's what life is. That is what life is about. I would love to hear down in the comments any healthy habits you guys have that you love to introduce more into the winter. And also, we're approaching 2025. What kind of things do you want to accomplish in 2025? Because the whole part of these healthy habits, you can do fun things. I love to hear the plans and goals you guys have for 2025. And pretty soon, I'm going to be dropping my 2025 January videos. Got some big challenges. See if you can guess in the comments what I have dropping. I'm excited. I got videos set up to help you have the best year of 2025. And I've been working on some challenges that I think would intrigue a lot of you guys. So if you're new here and you want that for 2025, hit subscribe as a Christmas present to me. Could you hit subscribe? But, you know, reflecting back on 2024, I have a lot of thoughts, a lot of tips, and there's really only one that stays true to me. Have a great day. Go pet a dog. Love you guys. Bye. Hooga. That's not perfect. It was said with my heavy Canadian accent, but I'm good at 2025. I'm getting better at pronouncing words. I'm going to say it elegantly. We're stepping into our elegant era. I'm going to be cultured. Hooga. Denmark, I love you. Fun fact, I'm like 5% Danish.